Hi everybody, we are back with yet another episode of Inspired Perspective series. Today we have Sunita Sharma with us. By profession, she is an engineer, she's a mother, and she is an amazing yoga enthusiast. And she's going to take us to a journey of her yoga experience, and it will be a very interesting learning experience for you guys. Get insight into yoga and the world of mindfulness. So stay tuned.
Really nice to have you. Do walk us through the journey of how you discovered yoga and what were you doing prior to that?
Okay, hello, hi, this is Sunita. Well, thank you very much for having me. Before joining or having interest in yoga, I was I studied engineering. I did engineering in electronics and communication, and after that I did teaching. I did contract. I have been working as a contract teacher for 2 years. After that, I have worked in Lima Higher Secondary School for 2 years, and after conceiving, I just left my job, and I thought of giving all the importance to my son, and then actually what happened was after becoming mother, I guess there are so much responsibility and so much changes, no, mentally and physically, everything changes. So after 2 years, I realized that I need to do something. I cannot sit idly.
Right.
So I thought of giving a try. So I thought of doing something for my mental growth, let's say my personal growth. So I thought of going for yoga. So before doing yoga, I just went by and I wanted to ask some suggestions. So I asked my parents and my husband, because I need to get I need to ask my husband, no, before I do something.
Right.
Because after marriage you have to ask your husband. So I asked my husband and he was like, okay, yeah, you can do it. Because after not doing anything for 2 years, I'm asking something. So he was like, oh, that's good thing. Just sitting idly, it's better to do something, right? So my parents was also like, okay, if you are genuinely interested and if you want to do something, that's better. So we can also help you. So my sister, who is staying at Kuwait, she also helped me financially. Then my husband, then my parents, then all of them helped me, and they were like, okay, if you are genuinely interested, you can do it. Then I went to Rishikesh for 2 months.
Okay.
And I left my son at my Gilifu, at my in-laws place, and I went to Rishikesh just to do a yoga instructor, to become a yoga instructor. So before joining the class, I was like, okay, there's mental thing, no, what's going inside, okay, yoga, it doesn't sound that tough, right?
Yeah.
Compared to other exercises.
Yeah.
Zumba, you have to jump, dance.
Yeah.
And gym, no, you have to
lift.
carry lots of stuff. And I thought okay, yoga, I don't think it won't be that tough, right? So let's say that my classes started at 5 a.m. So I have to wake up at 4 to wash, then I have to go. Then for the first class, when I just entered the class, I had a meditation class.
Okay.
After that, I had Pranayama class. Then I had asana classes. Then the first classes, I think I was the only one who was not able to do a single posture because I didn't have any idea. With time, okay, yoga is this. Yoga not only means stretching your body, but yoga does give something with your mental thing as well, right? So with time, I was okay. It was very difficult, no, at first, because I didn't have any knowledge. But slowly with time, because I think the same kind of thought and same kind of interest people when come together, I think we also grow some interest from there. So slowly I started having so much knowledge. Then I started learning so many things. Each day I think I was learning new things. So at first it was very difficult for me to do the simple stretching. because our muscles are very stiff,
Right.
and we don't do like regular exercises, so it was quite difficult. But as time passed by, I knew that, like, I learned that yoga not only benefits your physical body, but it also like give so much like benefits to your mental health, yeah, your pranic, we call like vital energies, that it gives to our understanding body. Then there's this blissful body, which we will attain only after we reach that understanding body.
Okay.
So after reaching there, I knew that yoga wasn't the thing that focuses more on physical, but yoga also give importance to your mental health, right? I think mental health, nobody talks about it generally, right?
Let's talk about
Yes. So mental health, then you're like pranic. Pranic means it's a expansion of your vital energies. So when we do pranayama, what happens is that we open up our chakras. There are 7 chakras, right? So when we do pranayama, it opens up your chakras. I think chakras is the one which does all the functions. Yeah. So normally what happens is when we don't do that pranayama, the nadis, we say, there are 3 types of nadis, Ira, Pingala, and Susumna. That Ira and Pingala are opened, but Susumna Nadi, it's closed. So when we are not doing any pranayamas, which means breathing practices, that Susumna Nadi, it keeps like closes, and there's dirt inside, which like doesn't allow that nadi to flow. So when we do that pranayama, it allows the nadis to get open, then only like we can move on to the different chakras. So I think I learned so many things from there, and I knew that the yoga was like, compared to other like physical exercises, yoga meant like more than that. It's not only of the physical.
Right.
So slowly the question came, like who I really was, what I really was doing, right? So till now I didn't had like anything like my opinion, right? Nobody like, yes, what you think, right? But slowly when I like started learning yoga, then slowly you start to see yourself, you create a self-awareness, you start to become mindful. You know what you actually are doing, you can have the clarity, you started having the focus, the concentration, like everything starts to get like improved. So that's how like I became more interested into yoga. Yeah.
Interesting. Did yoga also start as a hobby or an interest for you? How did you get fascinated by yoga, in the first place?
Okay, so before like moving there, just like what I said, because I didn't have any idea of yoga, but yoga is something like, what do I call, like I cannot say drug, but it's something that
Interesting.
we start enjoying every day. When you do yoga, you want to do more.
Wow.
Yeah, let's say
I
that,
like this.
okay, so I wanted to like do forward fold. So first starting, I don't think I can like forward fold fully.
Okay.
But slowly, day by day, what happens is that slowly your hamstring,
Right. Okay.
yes, this one gets stretched. Then the muscles, this also gets stretched, so you can like fold fully. Slowly your body also start get like, I don't know how the body works, but it will just accept the way you are thinking it. You are telling your mind that this is not your like threshold point, you can go more or beyond that. So each day you will see the improvement within yourself. So that's quite interesting about yoga, because once you do one posture, then again you want to try another posture again. So each day you will keep improving. And yoga is not only about showing those postures, it's like you will be enjoying that moment, you will be present in that moment when you're doing yoga, because like you'll be breathing. You need to know when you are like raising your hand, you have to inhale, when you bend you have to exhale. So that time you will be in that moment, and you'll be aware of what you are actually doing, and you will see the changes within your body, what's actually happening. And mentally also you'll be present in that moment, and physically also there'll be so many changes.
Wow, I love the point where you said the body's limitation is like pushed forward, every time you make, you do some asana. So I love this point, and something that you just mentioned, about yoga being a drug. You'd like to do it again and again. So this is, I think, I relate to it on not on not so many levels, but going to Churton and circumambulating Churton has become a habit right now. I've been doing it for past one and a half month or so, and I do not feel good if I don't go. So it's lovely. It's the energy that I crave. I love that. Really crave that energy, that rhythmic energy there. So I'm loving this. I'm loving where this is going, guys.
Yeah, I think it challenges you. And the thing that you said, no, mindful. Because mindful is basically being in the moment. And when you're doing yoga or any form of the physical exercise, I would say, or something creative, your mental flow is clear. Like you're in that flow state. Along with that, you talked about the benefits of yoga. So you mentioned earlier that you used to be a little introverted before, right? And after getting married, after being a mom, you left your 9 to 5 and you were home for a while. After that, you had a difficult time to get out there in the society. You felt like you knew that there is more to life. You want to do something more, but you were lost for a while. So after your yoga training, how it has benefited you in your regular life, if you would like to, day-to-day life?
Okay, if I start with my goal, let's say that before joining yoga, I think I was like lost in somewhere. No, I really don't know like where to go, what my actual like goal was, what I actually wanted to do. But right after I did yoga, I knew that okay, I wanted to continue this as a career because it not only like through it, not only I earn money, but I feel that each day I'm improving and having that self growth, personal growth, right? So every day I'm learning new thing. So I feel that this yoga helped me a lot in my career path also. So that's how clear I became after I did the yoga course. And I thought like yoga really helped me to grow like beyond how like I thought. Because I actually like we actually don't know our capacity, right?
Yeah.
And we tend to be like, okay, I don't think I can do that. I don't think, but like right after we do yoga, no, it's yoga tend to give us more like positivity, more like higher level of energy. So whenever you feel low, because most of the time what happens is emotionally we are drained, so we are like, okay, I don't want to do anything. I think like people don't like me and all, and I think yoga really helps us to overcome that thing. Every day when we do yoga, our like energy level increases, and the way how we think, the negative thoughts are like there's no negative thought, only like positive thing comes to you. So I think that is the changes that I see after like doing yoga. Before, I think it's like, okay, if somebody says something, I'm like, like how we behave. Now it's like, yeah, I understand that. We take it in a positive way. And now
Vibrating high now.
Yes, and energy level is also high.
Yeah.
Positive energy.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, like you tend to have like positive energy everywhere. You don't take anything negatively. You don't think, and your energy level it's like very high. So that's the difference that I can see.
That's really fascinating to hear and very informative as well, because I feel, even me, a lot of people have this very vague idea of what yoga is. Some people see it like some sort of religious practice. Some people say that it's just for, physical, making like, flexible or losing their weight. But the way you explained, like how it is beneficial to our mental health, the energy levels, the chakras, I think there's like this huge area where people can delve into it. And especially in Bhutan, I'm sure like there are people who knows the benefit of exercise, going to gym, and but yoga I have not seen as common. It's not talked about. There's like very occasionally you see people doing yoga, and even sometimes you will see like older generation doing yoga, so you feel like okay, maybe this is for the older people, they just want to stretch your body and all that. But you at your age, talking about it, I think our viewers will really like to delve into it. And how do you feel like in Bhutanese community especially, how do you think that we can promote yoga? Some ways that you feel like, some as a society that people can do to promote yoga, its benefits and all that.
Yeah, actually, yoga, there's no age limit for yoga, no, because for some exercises, like certain people can't do it. If you have knee injury, if you have like back ache, if you have neck ache, but yoga is for everyone. That's the good thing about yoga. It doesn't matter whether you're 70 years old or you're like 13 or 12 years old, or if you are like 30 or if you are 27. So there's no limitation, no age limit for yoga. So anybody can do it. So even the housewives, no, because housewives are the person like who we really don't talk about, right? So even the housewives, what they do, they are most of the time in their home cleaning, doing their own chores, and I think that mentally they also need some support.
Yeah.
So I think housewives are also like best fit for doing yogas. I suggest them to do yoga, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Please.
I think so. And like how these people can promote is, I think in Bhutan meditation is very famous, right?
Yeah.
Wherever we go, they are like in school also there's
Mindfulness.
like mindfulness. So 2 minutes meditation. I think there's so meditation is also like a part of yoga. So there's meditation, then we call asana, that is the physical postures. Then the last one is pranayama. So when we all those things, it comes up under yoga. So in Bhutan, people are mainly focusing and like are giving more importance to meditation. But other than the meditation, the asanas and pranayama, I don't think there is like any kind of activity or exercises they do regarding those things. So if they want to promote, I think it's better just like how they have promoted the meditation. If they can promote those asanas and pranayama along with the meditation, then I think the benefits will be more, right, compared to only those.
Yeah, it will be noticeable.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the benefits of yoga, right? And promoting yoga in Bhutanese community. Earlier, we also talked about how Western world has now accepted the benefits of yoga. So, even you see people, CEOs of big companies, they promote yoga and they practice yoga because they are now like slowly learning the benefits of yoga, mental benefits of yoga, how yoga gives this mental clarity. And do you think like it will be possible in Bhutanese community too, not just in monasteries or schools, but even corporations, if they can promote yoga or hire a yoga instructor for their employees, how it will be benefit for employees?
I think yoga, just like what I said earlier, yoga is for like everybody, right? So normally when we work in offices, office workers, what they do is they have to work for like 8 to 9 hours, continuous sitting and just like doing work in their laptop. So normally what happens is our body posture, no? Our body posture, the more we tend to sit in this way, our body posture like becomes like this. So I think so yoga, I think it's very important for those people who like most of the time do their work. They need to do the stretching. They really need it. So I think it's a very good idea that here in Bhutan also, if the private like firm, they like do some yoga sessions with the employees, it will really help them to like with their body and their maybe their work as well. Because mentally also they will be like yoga also gives you like calmness, no? Sometimes it relieves the stress because like you'll be stretching, you'll be doing all the postures. So I think it really works.
I would suggest that if any CEOs of certain companies and corporations, if you guys can promote yoga to your employees and organize some yoga session for your employees, it will be beneficial to everyone, not just employees' physical health, but mental health and even in their productivity and efficiency. And if you guys want to do that, please contact Sunita.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering. I just remembered this along the line, as we were conversing. We had a yoga center. I do not know if it's functioning right now. NWCC,
Mm.
NWCC, where this Indian trainers, Indian trainers
Yeah, I
and
think
music
they do.
teachers used to give out yoga classes and music classes. I don't know if it's still running. So I think the first introduction to yoga for Bhutanese community in Thimphu maybe could have been that one.
Yeah,
And then
probably.
I've seen that Indian embassy sends some people, gives them scholarships to become yoga instructors. So we do have very few yoga instructors, yoga enthusiasts around here, but we do not have as many to really create this big kind of conversation around yoga and its
Yeah,
benefits and the benefits of mindfulness and how it can really enhance
Yeah.
one's productivity and efficiency.
Yeah.
So, yeah, around this, I think we need to create more conversations in Mammoth.
Yeah.
I think, and alongside maybe advertise, stay
Yeah,
aggressively.
advertise, advocacy, and be like basically convey this message. Like yoga has nothing to do with religion.
Yeah. Maybe people mix it up. That's
Yeah,
why also you
yeah,
guys
I
have to
think
clean it up.
it has nothing to do with religion. It's more of your own, for your own benefit, your physical and mental health benefit. And the way, like you were explaining about the chakras, like I do not know much. I have read about it. I do know like there are certain chakras out there and all that. But to have this in-depth conversation about yoga, actually, I think it's needed. And yeah.
Alongside yoga practice, maybe half an hour session on what is what, what's the importance of this asana, what are the chakras, if these things can be delivered, it'll be easier for
Yeah,
people to understand and
exactly.
accept it.
Yeah.
So maybe along those lines,
Yeah. So that can be done, in your classes. It's like not just you giving the yoga classes, but have a conversation about yoga actually.
Yeah.
How it originated, or like what are the benefits, and how a person can uh, like apply that in their day-to-day life as well. Yeah. I think more conversation should, because it's really fascinating to know, like so many people have benefited from yoga, cured their diseases, cured depression, anxieties, and all that. So it's pretty fascinating thing. Even so, okay, along that line, as someone who has never done yoga, if you have to give me one position, one very basic position that will help me calm down my anxiousness a little bit, and I do tend to get overwhelmed a lot. So one basic posture or anything, any tips that you would like to share, give me, please.
Okay, so what I suggest is like before doing any yoga asanas, it's better to do some warm-ups and stretching because like you might get some injury and tear ligaments, all that. So it's better if you do the stretching. And if you have like any anxiety, if you want to calm like yourself down, what you can do is you can do the stretching like this, right? And sitting. Make sure that you're breathing. You have to inhale, exhale. Then again, you can keep it down. Yes. Okay. What you can do is you can just sit here. Then, as you inhale, you can bring your chest forward. You have to look up. As you exhale, breathe out. You can just do this. This is called cat and cow. Right now, I'm just sitting and doing it. Yeah. So it really benefits everything. So you can do that postures. So there are so many postures and there are so many benefits.
And what if, like, let's say, I'm in a place, like I'm at workplace, we can do that. We can do that breathing, If,
Yeah,
if
we
I'm
can
at
do that
workplace
breathing.
and I want
Yeah.
to stretch myself, or let's say I'm having a bad day and I need a moment to calm down, to be grounded, we can do that.
Yes, you can do that. You can do the breathing. You can count from like 10, 9. So inhale completely, exhale completely. you will calm yourself down if you do that. Breathing also really helps you. When you are breathing, you are focusing on your breath, right? So you are present in that moment. You're not thinking anything. And when you're like just sitting and like doing work all the time, no? So you can do that stretching as well, no? This side, neck stretching, you can do that. So what you can do is with this hand, you can just touch your ear. Then with this hand, you can just push it and stretch your neck like this. Yeah, and stay here for like few breaths. Then same thing. Do the same thing with other side, because every time in yoga we have to do both sides.
Equally.
Equally. You have to balance it, not only one side, but both the side, and same thing. This side also, what you are doing, you are stretching.
So these are the very simple yoga postures that one can
Very
do.
simple. These are the
Very
stretching.
good. Yeah, just to relieve this stress and calm down.
Yeah, and if you have like shoulder stiffness, right? So what you can do is you can do the shoulder rotation. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. So you don't have to do. You are just sitting there and you're just like.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting thing, about yoga. The first time I heard about yoga would be when I was in class 7 or 6, when Baba Ramdev, was a wave. He took the world by storm. So yoga was made like super relevant and popular in TVs, and a lot of our parents started practicing yoga, no? So त्यही भएर पनि होला त्यो impression about yoga is okay, old people do it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
And of course it's changing now for better.
Yeah.
So the first introduction was that, and there were few valuable thing. I think I've heard like one person who was paralyzed, half down, continued yoga, even as she was just sitting on a bench or whatever. She continued doing yoga, with whatever works outside, and that also had like huge benefit for her. And then slowly she was able to like mobilize the other parts of her body. So this examples are yoga and its benefits, and how it helped a lot of people with a lot of serious injuries and conditions. So I'm sure there are such examples, and if you have heard about it in your classes in Rishikesh, you'd be
I have like
to
one of my instructor, one of my yoga anatomy instructor. He was sharing us that in Bangalore there is one machine which they use in a person who is like paralyzed, and what they do is like inhale pranayama. They can do that. So that machine, what it does is your nostril, it will close it, that person can like breathe out from this nostril, inhale, then again. So like that kind of machine is also there. So they are giving that much importance to that.
So like they're mixing the medical and science thing with the very basic posture or the what you call the breathing techniques of yoga.
I heard that story.
Interesting. धेरै कुरा रहेछ भनेको to delve into and learn about yoga. I think I'm taken, I think I might be her first
Oh my god.
yoga student.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think, really glad that we did this, because there are a lot. Initially, I didn't know. I was like, okay, what should I ask about yoga? I don't have much idea. But the way you explain, I would love to join your classes, actually.
Yeah, everybody is welcome. Like if you have any questions, you can always like ask me, and there's a Facebook page as well.
Or is that? We'll link it below.
Yeah, we'll link her page below. We'll link her, about her.
Yeah.
Any idols? Any yoga teacher or yogi, your inspiration, or that you follow?
Yeah, I had like one, my hatha yoga teacher. His name is Sonu, Mr. Sonuji. My God, he's like shorter than me. Let's say smaller than me. But my God, he's like chota thing, bada dhamaka. We say that, no?
Right.
My God, his class is so interesting. And I think he's a really inspiration for me. Each day, he's like, no, you have to do it. You can do it. if other people can do, why can't you, right? Yeah, so he was the encouragement. Every day he's like with smiley face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Hi,
can
Sunita
do
sir.
anything.
Yeah, you should in Hambia English.
Yeah, he was the real, like, true motivator.
You said
Hatha.
What
Yeah.
does it mean?
Hatha, it's like traditional. First, hatha is the yoga. It's type of yoga.
Yeah.
And that hatha is the first traditional yoga that have been like started from. Yes, so that's the hatha yoga. And there are like different forms of yoga as well. Ashtanga yoga, vinyasa flow, yeah, Iyengar yoga. So yeah, if you're interested. we
Yeah, I think we were talking about earlier, no, the types of yoga and bhakti yoga and all that. But here, due to the time, but you guys can always contact
in
her,
touch.
if you want to know more about the types of yoga, the benefits of each yoga, the significance of each yoga. Yeah, I want to ask something.
Now circling back to you from yoga.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how do you balance motherhood, your home life, and your exciting journey up ahead, as a yoga instructor. Building a career in yoga.
Yeah, I think the main reason for me to like have like personal growth to improve myself was because of my son. Because I wanted to be a better version of me just for my son. So my son can learn something from me. If I'm like a moody kind of like mother who always like scolds him, I'm like on my own worries, my mental health is not good, I don't think it will benefit my son, right? It gives a very negative impact to him. So the main reason for me to go for this personal growth was because of my son. Yeah, so let's say that he's also an inspiration for me. So like, he inspired me.
Yeah.
So I think I joined yoga because of him, and I think I will continue doing it so that I can be a like better version of myself. So each day I want to do like good, better. Yeah, so that's how I want to improve. So as a mother, I think most of the time he's with me, so I give him full attention. And now he have just recently joined the daycare, so half day he will be like in daycare, and that time I can have like me time. I think it's very important to give yourself self-care, self-time. So that time I'll have like me time. That time I can do anything. I can read a book. If I want to do yoga, that time I do that. So as a mother and a yoga instructor right now, I am kind of like balancing it pretty well.
Really, really inspired by how you said, you want to be a better version of yourself, a better mother to your son. If only people had that self-awareness. No, I think like it's true when people say like there's no one to change but self. And how we can be better. Like you said, you didn't want to be that mother who's stressed out all the time, who's not happy with herself, with her life, because that frustrations will come. So basically, I often say people who do not love themselves, they can't love others. That's really inspiring. And I honestly, I really wish you well, Sunita, seriously, because I really do want to see this yoga progressing in the Bhutanese community, and even even your career, and the journey from engineering to yoga instructor. It's not easy because we live in a society where people put us in this boxes. You studied this, so you have to become this, and you have to do this your whole life. And I've always been like fan of people who do something different. I'm still trying to find myself. And I think it's the lifelong journey to find ourselves, try different things. So I really wish you well. Really, please support her.
Just one point.
Please.
Just what I'd like. You said that many people like don't support, no? Like what I did was like I did engineering, then in middle I was like teaching. I think I had problem regarding my like decision making earlier. I wasn't sure about what I actually wanted to do. So I think now since I did that yoga instructor, now I'm clear about what I actually want to do. So many people like they were commenting me and they were like saying like, okay, why did you do that?
Yeah.
There's no scope at all. How will you earn? So then that time I thought, no, like it's not always about money, right? I can earn. It doesn't matter like what I do, but what we actually miss is we really don't enjoy the thing that we do, right? It's
Exactly.
not always about the money, but
yeah.
it's about the thing that you really like think to do. You want to do it. So I think you'll enjoy more.
Yeah, I think our generation and even the younger generation, we really have that need, Risa, to actually have some purpose and actually have that assurance that we are what we are doing, we're doing it out of interest. Whatever. I think for the older generation, they lived in the survival mode. You know, they had to earn, they wanted to save, they want to put food on table. But for our generation, like we are not living that survival mode. I feel we are more interested in finding our own purpose and finding ourselves. You know, for example, in order to survive, job to santa. Or like we can go and take up any job if it's really needed to survive, you know. But we don't do that because we want to find purpose in things that I think I relate to you in some way. And like you said, no, some people be a little critical about maybe their intention may be right, but little critical about because even myself I've heard that a lot, you know, like why did you come back from Thailand? You had such a good job, or you have this MBA degree. Why don't you join some corporate or some offices like that? So I think I kind of relate to that. And also, like you said about the decision making, and the yoga has helped you maybe because of the mental clarity. And I think it's so uh, I don't I don't know like it kind of not fear for people. And I say this with like respect, even for parents to hope their kids in their high school, you know, they're 14, 15 years old, to actually be clear about what they want to do. You know, okay, doctor बनना चाह, science लाना चाह, engineer बनना चाह, you know, it's like it's not that fair for parents, you know. I mean, there are some kids who are built that way, you know, they have this very clear vision what they want to do. Well, good for them, but not everyone.
Yeah, just adding a few things on, what Printa was saying about the parents. So second, because we talk a lot about, these things and, it's really interesting. I also look back at my school experience, no choices, as you said, went on to went to an engineering college, didn't get through, and I did something else entirely, and I'm doing something else entirely right now, and I'm kind of liking it, and I'm looking forward to a career of my interest. So there is this mixed match of choices, where your strength is, there's always this mismatch and all of that. So of course, now as we are getting this awareness, because information is like in access अहिले है, there's this communication हुन्छ साथीहरुसँग यताउता, so it's a little different, for our generation, I think. And we also fell into this lucky kind of generation, I guess, with so much access of information, access to information. So त्यो भएर पनि होला we are, making, in a way, making correct choices for our own interests. But तर of course, our parents त्यो जेनेरेसनमा अब उनीहरूलाई त्यो थिएन, they were in survival mode and all of that. तर I think यस्तो सोच्दाखेरि we are at this stage, हाम्रो आफ्नो एउटा choice, whatever choices we are making, we are free to make that, and त्यो एउटा छ नि, there's an opportunity for us to do this and that. That's because we have something to fall back onto. We have our parents to relax on and lean on. So त्यो पनि रहेछ भनेको big. मैले पनि सोच्थेँ कि I used to have this argument, I used to have this battle in my head, like why can't I do something that I'm really interested in, or why should I take the responsibility and all of that. पुरा हुन्थ्यो मेरो, I used to be torn between these two ideas, And gradually I'm realizing, like, because I have a place to fall back,
Yeah,
when I don't have
true.
nothing. I have my parents,
Yeah.
I'm offered with so many choices really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have been really difficult. It would have been different,
Yeah.
So, dear Rasa, I think we have to, it's a delicate balance, right? So we have to
Yeah.
like recognize it and, play out as it is. Step wise गरेर मेरो पनि अब choicesहरू पहिला त अब different थियो हैन यो गर्छु त्यो गर्छु and
Yeah.
like 2 years ago or so, I did not really had a mind to go off and do something else, go abroad and stuff. Now I'm like, because एउटा wholesome child रहेछ एउटा package क्या एउटा थोक मात्रै गरेर नहुँदो रहेछ भनेको so like now I'm like allowing myself to be a little accepting of lot of things. So it's a personal growth journey, and I'm really hoping that through yoga, a practice of yoga, one can have better clarity. So
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to your class, Sachi. Maybe once in a week. I think I'd love to join your class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To let me know, I'll join.
Yeah, once a week at least.
Yes. We can do that.
Any last word? Last word, sorry.
Would we?
Would you like to,
with her?
like,
Oh, yeah.
before ending, if there's anything you want to share to our viewers about you, about yoga, about your...
Yeah, I think like I feel like everyone should at least do yoga once. I'm not saying like lifetime you have to carry it, you have to do it, but I think you need to experience it once. So once experience garda, you will have like muscle ache, body pain, and you're like, okay, I don't think yoga is for me. Yeah, many people say that, but I think you have to continue doing it, because every time when we start the new exercise, any exercise, not only yoga, you'll have all those muscle pain, body ache,
Anything actually.
anything. So you shouldn't stop. You have to continue, and after doing yoga, I think you will feel the change within. You will start feeling your body so relaxed, light. Your mood swings like less. It will become less. Then you'll have like high energy. So slowly you will see your self growth. It takes time. So I think yoga is for everyone. It's not like I cannot like stand up, I have like backache. It's not that. You'll have like different, we say prop yogas also we have. You can use different props to do yogas. So for if they have any difficulty, they can just sit on a yoga chair and they can perform the yoga if they have any problems. So like yoga is for everybody, and everybody should at least try once. That's all. Do yoga and just stay healthy.
Alright, that's a good one. That's my for you
That's
guys.
for you.